Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putty, and welcome back for another edition of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. You may have noticed over the past couple of months that we have not been building to the Sam Keith Classic in nearly the manner that we tend to do. Of course, there are some quieter years and some louder years, but it is often the case that going into the Sam Keith Classic every year, going into the Sam Keith Classic every year, we have at least a few of the teams announced for the show. But this time I didn't build to it pretty much at all, and I'd like to say that was totally planned, and that what's happening today is totally planned. It's not. It was pretty spur of the moment, but it's worked out fine. And you may have remembered back in the 2013 series, I had a few special guests at random times throughout the series. The problem with that in this series and the last one was often my friends and the people that I talk to and fellow YouTubers that I know actually watch the series, and I don't like them getting spoiled on things. It makes them less likely to want to watch the series, and so bringing them in for certain things is often not a great way of doing things. But the way I've been doing my tournaments in this series, they've been very one-off, spur-of-the-moment events, and I thought maybe for certain tournaments, maybe once every 2 years, I'll take one tournament, I'll bring in a special guest, and they will book it pretty much entirely. So everybody please welcome the biggest and the banterist, the Den Bitch. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I bring the banter.
You try to bring the banter.
I often fail.
So, why don't you just tell everyone what you do?
I used to record videos for YouTube.
You literally uploaded like yesterday.
I mean, way to date the content, buddy. But yeah.
Dude, I date the content all the time.
This is true. I did literally...
Wait. Maybe you uploaded yesterday when this goes out as well. I didn't say what you uploaded yesterday.
I mean, I may have uploaded yesterday, but the chances of that, unless this goes up on a Wednesday, not extremely likely.
No, but, I mean, at worst, I'm dating it by like 4 days. They don't know it's getting recorded a month in advance.
What do you mean? This is we're
live.
You're recording this because you need this right now.
Yeah,
this is going up as soon as we finish recording.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's going up as soon as we finish recording. It's just not going to get published.
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't you tell people how much of an impact you had on today's show, so they know?
I decided the teams who were in this show.
I guess let me show the people
the tournament.
Teams. There's the people are seeing the teams. It's an OBS thing.
Oh, good.
I'm not seeing the team names though. They might not know who's in the teams.
No, they might not. Should we tell them?
You should, yes.
All right. So there's a team up there called the Blazing Saddles. That features a returning, but perhaps under a new name, Cowboy Brad Blaze, as long as his fellow cowboy friend, Cowboy Buck Winchester.
I'm very excited for the return of Bradley Blaze.
I am as well.
He's done a lot of growing.
Indeed.
Penis
and we have
size,
another
I'm talking
team.
About cock.
Of course. Why wouldn't we be? I mean, that's the only thing I've known about him.
Yeah.
He has a penis.
So Ben, tell us about Royal Smoothies.
That is the team of Austin Smooth. You may remember him from Toxic Smoothies in the 2013 series.
Or you may remember him from his one-off appearance in 2017.
You might.
Or you may have heard of him from Pride, Honor, Glory Wrestling. Or Pride, Glory, Honor Wrestling.
One of those two.
Yeah.
Never sure which.
It's Glory, I think. Glory comes first.
Glory before honor. And his partner, Quentin Queen, TCW Reject.
Whoa, we don't like to use those terms here. We like to call them returnees.
He's left the business after not being hired out of the dojo, but he's returned.
And then, of course, you know Dead Man Walking from last year and a couple of years ago. And I believe Diaz and Archer are pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure we'll get to learn more about the teams as the show goes on. Ben is going to be narrating the matches and telling us the promos today.
Don't expect much.
We are in the Charlotte Garden, as usual. Let's get rocking.
The Queen City.
Let's get rolling.
All right,
you, buddy.
Yes, it is. In this match, we see Dewey and his partner James, mainly James, absolutely destroy Mobstar. And yeah. No, Dewey shows off some of the greatest technical wrestling you have ever seen in your life.
Really?
And I mean, yeah. Have you not heard the man? He's the greatest technical wrestler in the world.
I mean, that's what he says.
Does he not prove it?
Well, that is a 40.
48.
No, it's a 40.
I thought you were talking about the in-ring performance.
Oh, no, yeah, he did fine. Oh,
yeah.
Lobster.
And then James comes in as Gravedigger is on the reel from Dewey's amazing technical ability. Tags in Mobstar, and James just hits him with an Asian thumb spike, and 1, 2, 3, match is over.
All right, as we move on to...
The motherfucking monster. Oh, okay. This was about what I expected it to be. All right. Royal Smoothies defeating Blazing Saddles 17 when Quentin Queen defeated Cowboy Buck by pinfall with a fast roll-up. Basically just catching Cowboy Buck off guard as Cowboy Buck is smoking his cigar. And he's taking a break. He's beating down Quentin, takes a drag off his cigar, and gets rolled up. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Royal Smoothies win.
Confident Buck Winchester there.
He is a cool cowboy.
He is a cool cowboy. Let's take a look at the table. Toxic Smoothies. Sorry.
Flashback.
Freudian slip. Royal Smoothies and Diaz and Archer have the points here with 2 each, and of course Blazing Saddles and Demon Walking on 0. Not much you can tell from the early brackets, but Ben, what can you tell us about this interview at ringside with Sweet Tabitha?
Oh, well, first off, I don't know where I was going with that, but Dewey comes out with James behind him because James is behind him. Dewey yeah. Dewey reintroduces the crowd, the MAW faithful, to James Diaz because it's the return of the motherfucking monster.
It is the return of the monster.
Indeed it is. This is actually a good promo. Wow.
Yeah, they are both very good at the promos.
Good to know.
Well,
all right.
Except James. James was not particularly great.
No, it wasn't.
Should we move on to the second round?
Sure. Second round, here we go. Blazing Saddles defeating Deadman Walking in 13-15 when Cowboy Buck defeated Mobstar by pinfall with a neckbreaker.
What a tournament this is so far.
What a tournament.
You have anything to say about this match?
It's your standard wrestling match. The Cowboys, they do their tag team wrestling. And there's clothesline, there's punches.
Brad's rusty.
Oh no. Maybe Brad misses a clothesline or two.
We should have gone with the rusty Cowboys.
But you don't like the word "the."
Just rusty Cowboys.
They are very rusty. And Archer and Diaz draw with Royal Smoothies when our Dewey gets a bit too carried away with his technical masterclass of wrestling and forgets the time. And after the match, you can see that Diaz is quite pissed at Dewey for his mistake.
I'd like to take this time to make Ben feel more at home by moving this there. Does that make you more at home, Ben?
Oh, that's so lovely.
Oh, now I'm worried I'm not going to get it like dead center, and everyone's going to see it. It's going to be like they can't unsee the fact that it's no longer dead center.
You can position it to the center.
Yeah, but I don't think it quite works because I don't want it to be exact center. Let's see here, center. Oh, that's okay. I just need to move it down from there. There you go. You guys are fine with that. You guys aren't picky.
No, they aren't.
Let's take a look at the bracket.
They're watching TEW. They're not picky at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
not an insult, just
if they're like rocks, then they just listen. They don't watch anyway. So,
yeah.
So yeah, Toxic Smoothies and Diaz and Archer, Royal Smoothies and Diaz and Archer on 3 points each. Blazing Saddles behind with 2. And Dead Men Walking are out of the tournament with 0. But that's not the only story, because we're ringside with the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, they say they're still in this tournament because they have 2 points. But because of that time limit draw, they're still in this tournament. They promise victory. They promise that they will beat, I think they face Dewey
Diaz and Archer.
Yeah, Diaz and Archer. They will beat the best technical wrestler in the world and the monster.
Why is everyone giving him this credit nowadays?
I don't know. This is just what they've heard. They're rusty, okay? They don't understand.
All right, they promise victory.
And to ensure victory, Cowboy Buck leaves his cigar with Sweet Tabitha.
Oh, baby girl. Oh, that is some serious dedication. Let's see how Royal Smoothies get off against Dead Men Walking. This could have massive implications for our main event.
As Dead Men Walking pick up the victory against Royal Smoothing, avoiding a 0-3 tournament, when Gravedigger defeated Quentin Queen by pinfall with the execution. The Royal Smoothies are, unfortunately, completely eliminated from the tournament.
The winner of our main event will be the Sam Keith Classic winners. If there is a draw, then Archer and Diaz will win.
Indeed they will. What happens next?
Well,
alright, this is actually not... I told you it would be a D+.
You did.
Alright. Dewey Archer and James Diaz, they win the Sam Keith Classics. When Dewey Archer makes Cowboy Brad Blaze.
Sorry, I had to take some time away from the microphone for a second.
Makes Cowboy Brad Blaze submit with the Proton Lock. As Dewey once again proves that he is the greatest technical wrestler on the face of the planet. James got some good hot hits in. I was about to say shots and then hits and went to shots. Or shits.
Mm-hmm.
Takes out Cowboy Buck on the outside. Sends Cowboy Buck crawling back for a cigar. He's not strong enough. As Brad taps out. And we have the Sam Keith Classic winners.
Yeah, the Architect Dewey Archer and the return of the monster, James Diaz.
Yeah, James Diaz. Yeah, it increased your popularity, Putty. Mm-hmm. Not a total failure.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to thank Ben for coming on the show today. He has been a gracious guest. He really helped me pick up the slack here on this Sam Keith Classic and really booked a particularly decent show. And I just have one message really for him to finish off the afternoon, really, and I do believe in the message I'm broadcasting right now.
You invited me to your territory.
And that was the biggest mistake I've made this series.
Yeah, it was.
Next episode, ladies and gentlemen, is the Battle of the Mid-Atlantic, who will take on the champion, who will remain nameless, at where it all begins again for the title. We will do it. We will find out. We will have the normal stuffs. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little change of pace episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. In the description, you can check out Ben. Sell yourself, Ben.
I am Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that work for Groot? I'm sorry.